Imagine telling him he has to sit in a gray chair under a buzzing fluorescent light for 8 hours straight. No running, no jumping, no loops, just spreadsheets. Look at him. It's 9:07 a.m. and he's already losing his mind. You know this feeling, don't you? Whether it's a 2-hour history lecture, a shift at a retail job where you have to stand still, or just staring at a textbook at 2 a.m., trying to force your brain to function, we have all been Sonic in the cubicle. We live in a world designed for slow, steady walkers. But some of us, we were built to run. Today, we're looking at what happens when a high-energy brain gets trapped in a low-energy world, and exactly how to survive it without burning out. So, here is the first mistake Sonic makes on day one, and I guarantee you've made it too. He looks at that stack of paperwork, that massive pile of homework, and he thinks, I'm just gonna speed run this faster pace. He revs up. He blasts through the work. He's typing so fast the keyboard starts smoking. He thinks that if he just sprints hard enough, he can finish 8 hours of work in 30 minutes and then finally relax. Slower, darker tone. But here's the problem. The real world isn't a Green Hill Zone act that lasts 2 minutes. It's an endurance level. When Sonic finishes that stack of papers in record time, his boss doesn't give him a gold rank. He gives him more papers. This is the speed run trap. When you try to treat school or work like a sprint, you crash. You spend all your energy bar in the first hour, and by 11 a.m., you're lying on the floor, completely drained, with 0 rings left. You aren't lazy. You're just trying to use a spin dash in a walking simulator, and it doesn't work. Think about it. When you try to force yourself to sit perfectly still and focus for hours, it's like running on a treadmill. You're putting in maximum effort, you're sweating, you're exhausted, but you haven't actually gone anywhere. You're fighting your own biology. You're trying to suppress your energy rather than use it, and that leads us to the inevitable. Wednesday hits. The novelty is gone. Sonic is staring at his computer screen. His leg is bouncing so hard it's registering on the Richter scale. He's checking his phone every 30 seconds. He's eating snacks he isn't even hungry for. Why? It's simple neuroscience. Your brain is a dopamine hunter. It craves the rings, the loops, the speed. When you put a high-energy brain in a low-stimulation environment like a quiet classroom or a boring office, your brain starts starving. It panics. It screams, "Give me something to do." That's why you daydream. That's why you scroll TikTok when you should be studying. It's not a discipline failure. It's a stimulation deficit. Sonic isn't bad at his job. The job is bad for Sonic. But here's the reality check. He needs the ring. He needs the paycheck. Just like you need the grades to graduate, you can't just quit the level. So, how do we hack the system? Sonic realizes he can't change the office, but he can change how he plays the game. If you have a racer's brain, here is your survival guide. Strategy number 1. The sprint rest cycle. Sonic stops trying to work for 8 hours straight. Instead, he sets a timer. 25 minutes of pure, unfiltered speed. During this time, he is allowed to go as fast as he wants. No holding back. But, and this is key, when the timer hits 0, he stops. He takes 5 minutes to be chaotic. He spins around in his chair. He does a handstand. He runs a lap around the building. This is the Pomodoro technique, but for speedsters. You have to give your brain permission to run wild for a few minutes so it can settle down for the next round. Strategy number 2. Gamify the enemies. Boredom is the final boss. So, create friction. Sonic looks at his paperwork and he stops seeing data entry. He starts visualizing badniks. Every email he sends is a robot exploding. Every math problem he solves is a loop-de-loop. Challenge yourself. Ask, can I finish this paragraph before this song ends? Can I beat my high score from yesterday? Turn the passive act of studying into an active challenge. When you add pressure, you create your own dopamine, warm, empathetic tone. At the end of the day, Sonic walks out of that office. He's tired. His quills are a bit messy, but he survived. Look, I'm going to be real with you. There are going to be parts of your life that feel like the marble zone. Slow, frustrating, full of waiting